We often wonder, why does the skin end up looking dull on some days? Well, our skin is made up of 3 layers: the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis. The hypodermis is the lowermost or the bottommost skin layer, followed by the dermis, which is the middle layer, and the epidermis, which is the outermost layer. When toxins build up in these layers due to wrong eating habits, lifestyle, no exercise, all of these layers accumulate on top of each other, and they give that dull and that sunken look. What also happens as we age is there is a reduction in the collagen and elastin production. Collagen and elastin are the structural proteins that give that uplifted look to the face, that hold the structure of the face together. But due to wrong eating habits, due to wrong living habits, due to exposure to a lot of toxic environment, there is a reduction in these structural proteins, because of which the facial structure also starts changing and starts sagging. Well, you all also must have wondered, why do lines and wrinkles develop on the face? Our muscles on the face are really, really small and delicate muscles. When we do unconscious, repetitive facial movement like chewing, smiling, frowning, or talking, we are actually repeating the same movement every single day, which forms a crease or line. And that is how we end up with these lines and wrinkles. Personally, I don't think there's much wrong in the lines and wrinkles, because they in themselves tell a beautiful story of how your life has been. However, what also tends to happen is that with these movements, if there is a lot of tension and stress which starts accumulating in some of the muscles, it starts tensing up the facial muscles, because of which there could be painful experiences like that of migraine or sinus or even headaches. So it's very, very important that we do these exercises with the intention of relaxing the face and also learning correct movements for that relaxation. So facial exercises are always done on both the sides of the face. This helps in creating a beautiful symmetry on the face. It is also the most natural and the most practical way of bringing about that tone, that firmness on the face without going for any complicated and risky surgeries or any chemical-based facial treatments. Because with facial exercises, we are actually working on the muscles. We are focusing on building a strong foundation. When we apply any chemicals or any cream on the face, it's going to wear off in a few days. The effect is also going to wear off because there's a constant wear and tear and renewal of cells which is happening. But when we work on the muscles, we are in the game for the long run. In facial exercises, we also use a lot of resist and release movements, and we do these movements for improving the circulation on the face. And the intention of improving the circulation is so that the skin has good metabolism, so that the cell turnover, which means the rate at which the dead skin cells are renewed and regenerated to form fresh and new cells, that is what improves with facial exercises. And ultimately, it helps in giving us that beautiful complexion. Apart from that, with facial exercises, we also incorporate a lot of natural exfoliation, because we manipulate and we move the muscles, because of which these toxic layers collapse and the dead skin layers also get out of the system. And all of this promotes a regular cell turnover of the epidermis, which is the outermost layer of the skin. Well, the benefits don't just limit here or don't just stop here. A very, very important benefit of facial exercises is that it helps in improving the lymphatic drainage. Some of you may have noticed puffiness and bloating on your face. It could be either after eating a few foods, or it could be early in the morning or any other part of the day. Well, this is majorly because of the retention of the lymphatic fluid. The lymphatic fluid runs parallelly with the blood. For the blood to circulate around the body, we have a pump, which is the heart. But there is no such pump which is available to move the lymphatic system. So therefore, this lymphatic system, whose main function is to carry all the waste, all the dead skin cells, all the toxins, and throw them out through the lymphatic nodes, it just can't move. It sits there and it keeps accumulating, and it keeps forming new problems. So it becomes toxic, and then it manifests as different skin problems. It could be acne, it could be puffiness, it could be bloating. So therefore, when we do face exercises, we do a lot of muscular contraction and relaxation of the face, which moves this lymphatic fluid and ultimately helps in reducing the puffiness and bloating on the face. On the screen, you can see now a comparison of a before and after you practice facial exercises. So this is from one of the reference books by Fumiko Takatsu, who is a wonderful Asian face yoga teacher. And from her book, I have sourced this picture where you can see that before practicing face yoga, there's more of the yellow fluid. There's not much of blood circulating on the face. But after doing these facial exercises, look at the amount of blood that gushes upwards towards the face. And this is what is going to bring along with it that nourishment, all of those wonderful nutrients.